Hello, it's your girl Caitlin of Sass and Cellulite, and welcome back to a new episode of Dose of Sass. Happy holidays! All of them, because I don't know when you're listening to this podcast. I'm putting it out the day before Thanksgiving, so you might be listening to it then. You might be listening to it day before Christmas, day before New Year's, doesn't matter. Happy holidays. Welcome to a crazy season. And we just need a little touch base because I know that this time of year and the circumstances and situations you might find yourself in can bring up a lot of feelings. No matter where you're at in your relationship with food, body, confidence, movement, it can be a weird time. So I've got a few little pieces of advice for you. Consider this your little pre-holiday confidence huddle. Bring it in. First and foremost, I don't care how far you are on your healing journey. It is okay if this time is weird. It's okay if you're still feeling triggered. You might be thinking, gosh, I just wish those comments wouldn't bother me anymore. I thought I'd be at a place where I was fully healed and nothing would trouble me. It's okay if it does. Okay? Just because you know the truth that if someone makes a comment about your body, it doesn't have to mean anything about your worth. It doesn't mean it still won't hurt. So don't beat yourself up if you have a little cry because someone said something stupid. You're not behind in your progress. You're not behind in your healing because something still bothers you. So let me just get that note out of the way. Now I want to talk about getting prepared. Whether you're dreading or looking forward to the holiday season with family, friends, whoever you're spending it with, do a little mental check-in. Give yourself some little reminders. Here's the first one. What people say to you is a reflection of their own insecurities. And now, like I said, doesn't mean it doesn't hurt, doesn't mean it's not frustrating, but it does not change the value of you as a human being. I don't care how often you need to tell yourself that, or I have to say it to myself basically every day when I get comments on the internet, but especially when I'm around specific groups of people, I have to remind myself it's not about me, it's about them. And honestly, it kind of like makes me almost more compassionate because I'm like, dang, someone's not confident. You know what I mean? Like someone's struggling with their relationship with food if they feel the need to take it out on me. And now's not the time to open up that conversation unless they come to you and ask. But it keeps me from taking it to heart and it allows me to kind of give them a little bit of grace depending on the circumstance. And I'll talk about how to deal with comments and boundaries and all of that. But the first reminder, it's not about you, it's about them. And if you're listening to this, and maybe this is your first holiday season in a bigger body, in a body that looks different than the one last year, and you are worried about the people you're going to see and what they're going to say, because clearly the first thing they're going to see is your body, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. It's really not. And people might make it feel that way. You might feel that way. And it doesn't matter why your body has changed. I don't care if you had a baby, if you had an injury, if you've had an eating disorder, or you've had nothing and life has just happened. It's okay. And you don't need to explain it to anybody. You do not owe anybody an explanation. If the thing that's heaviest on your mind right now is the size of your body going into this season, I challenge you to change the subject in your brain, especially if you're listening to this right before Thanksgiving. It's a time to be thankful. It's a time to be grateful. And whether you're the type of family that goes around and says, everybody share what you're grateful for, it's actually a helpful mindset switch to write down some things that you're grateful for that have nothing to do with your body. Write down some things that you like about yourself that have nothing to do with your body. Have you been killing it at work lately? Have you shown up for a friend in your life? Did you crack a great joke the other day? Are you grateful for your family? Maybe you're not. Friends, your job, your pets, the weather. It can be big, it can be little, but it's a powerful switch to focus on things outside of your physical body. And you can be grateful for your physical body too, your strength, your health, it getting you through another crazy year. But just because your body has changed doesn't negate anything that you've accomplished this year. I know that if that's the focus, that's the first thing that people see when they see you for the first time once a year at the holidays and they go, oh my gosh, you look fill in the blank. What a boring observation. Isn't it so much more interesting to say, oh my gosh, you got a new dog. Oh my gosh, you got a new job. Oh my gosh, you moved. Tell me about that. And this is a note for yourself as well. If you realize that the first thing you say when you greet someone is, oh my gosh, you look great. Oh my gosh, you got a haircut. Oh my gosh, you look fill in the blank, catch yourself. Pick something else. There's an improv game. This is showing my musical theater nerd here called New Choice, where they'll be like doing a scene, and then all of a sudden there's like a moderator that calls out new choice when someone like says a phrase, and they either have to change the action they're doing or the word that they used or whatever. You look great. New choice. It's so good to see you. I'm so glad you're here. New choice. You brought a new partner. Ooh, tea. I want the gossip. I don't care what size your pants are. Okay? So focus on things you can be thankful for outside of your body. A reminder that it's not about you, and the size of your body has nothing to do with your worth as a human being. It doesn't mean anything about how 2025 is going to go. It's not a reflection of how 2024 has been. It's literally just your body, and you're allowed to just exist, especially at the holidays. Speaking of just existing, another step for preparedness is to wear something that you feel confident in. Don't wear something that's like a goal outfit. Don't wear something that's going to be uncomfortable all day, that you're going to have to unbutton after you have a meal. Something that's high maintenance that you're going to be prodding and pulling and fixing and tugging. It's just going to cause you to be more hyper focused on your body. So find something comfy, cute, that you feel confident in. I've been doing a whole outfit series on my Instagram about it. So if you need inspiration, go check that out. Because I hate to say it, but when you look good, you feel good. That can be a toxic phrase, but truthfully, when I get dressed in the morning and I actually do my hair and makeup and I put on a cute little outfit, I feel more productive. I feel more awake. I feel more confident. Doesn't mean I don't feel confident without makeup, but it's just one less thing for me to think about. You don't need to prove that you're confident in your body by wearing something super special on the holidays. You don't need to wear your best thing, cutest thing, fanciest thing, thinnest, slimmingest thing. Just wear what you like and you will project confidence. And when you project confidence, people will notice and they'll be less likely to comment negatively, hopefully. So be prepared in what you're wearing. Secondly, know the situation you're going into. This is something that took me a long time to do because I felt weird about it. So I'm telling you now that you don't have to feel weird about this. When I go to my in-laws, they don't eat as much as I would like to eat. And I'm not talking about like the Thanksgiving meal. Just in general, they're not really like lunch eaters. That's a topic for another day. But I would get really triggered in my relationship with food when I didn't have enough to eat throughout the day. And they're like a nuts and seeds household. So I couldn't just like go rifle through the pantry and find what I wanted. So now I take my own snacks. I know that I'm probably not going to get as many meals as I would like throughout the day when I'm at their house. So I will bring my own. And I'm not about to go in their kitchen and take over, but like, I know they won't be offended if I bring my own bagged popcorn as a snack. And that's keeping my sanity. Instead of second guessing, oh my gosh, should I not be eating lunch? Should I have been more full from breakfast? Should I be able to wait this long to eat? No, I'm going to listen to my own body because I'm my own individual and I'm going to bring my own snacks. I'm going to be prepared so that I feel better. It doesn't have anything to do with them. It has to do with me. So if you know you're going into a situation where maybe every dish is going to be super healthified and you know you're not going to be very full and satisfied after that meal, bring your own snacks. It's fine. And if someone has something to say about it, that's none of their business. But it's better that you have something you know you like and are going to eat than to be hangry, feel guilty, to be unsatisfied. That's a recipe for disaster. Okay? Be prepared. Another thing about food, keep your eyes on your own plate. Depending on where you're at in your healing journey with your relationship with food, the food noise in your own head might still be really loud. And the only thing you can focus on is, okay, I'm going to let myself eat what I want to eat. And I'm going to remind myself throughout the day that I can have what I want. And you're still very self-centered, not in a negative way, but, literally self-focused. You're not worried about what anybody else is eating. But the further you get in your healing journey, you may reach a point where there's kind of this superiority that happens of like, well, I know I'm letting myself have what I want. So the fact that that person is saying, oh no, I'm not going to have any rolls, maybe I should chime in and tell them the truth about diet culture. Oh my gosh, that person took so much salad. Are they sure that they need that? You start to like kind of look at other people's plates and compare. Let's not do that. Keep your eyes on your own plate. Whether it's for good or for bad, you might have the best of intentions and you want to pull the blindfold off of everybody and tell them, hey, you're allowed to have what you want, but now's not the time. Now is not the time for the soapbox. Everybody's individual relationship with food and body and whatever is individual. And no matter what you say to them, they have to figure it out. You saying, hey, you're allowed to have another cookie isn't going to make a difference if they don't believe that. So it's really like not a battle worth fighting. Now, if somebody comes to you and says, hey, for example, when I started posting about my relationship with food and body, whatever on the internet, I had friends come to me and go, hey, I've seen you talking about this. I'd love to chat with you about my relationship with food, etc. That was an open door. But if that door's not open to you, now's not the chance to get on a soapbox. Now's not the chance to hide everybody's scales and tell everyone about restriction being bad. Keep your eyes on your own plate. Now, on the day of the holidays, you're there, you're prepared, you're dressed in something comfy, and look who it is. It's your Aunt Cheryl coming to make a comment about your plate, coming to make a comment about your body. What do? You got a few options. First one, change the subject. Someone comes up, "Ooh, it looks like you've gained some weight this year. What's been going on?" "Oh, I actually started a new job. I got a promotion, actually. I moved to a different office. I'm like fill in the blank, whatever. How's your work been?" Subject avoided. Now, if that doesn't deter them and they're still like, "Whoa, you're already getting seconds," you can say, "Yeah, I am. Period. End of story." You don't need to justify it. It's none of their business. If you say, "Yeah, you can too," and they say, "Oh no, I couldn't possibly," it's not a time to correct them. You can ignore it. You're also allowed to walk away. If someone makes a comment about how many mashed potatoes you're eating, go talk to someone else. Go to the bathroom and sit by yourself for a minute. You don't have to be rude about it. You don't have to like put your hand up and walk away, but excuse me, I need to use the restroom. No one's going to question you. Now, if it still is persistent and you can't get someone to stop, you can simply tell them, "No, thank you." "Hey, I'd really appreciate if you didn't make any comments about my food." You don't have to tell them, "Oh, I'm in the process of healing and I've actually been struggling with this and that and I'm on this journey," and they don't need to know the backstory. "Hey, my body is actually not open for discussion. Tell me about your new cat." Subject changed, boundary set. Now, sometimes they may still be persistent and go, I'm just looking out for you. I'm just concerned about your health." Now's your chance to respond. "I appreciate your concern. I understand you have good intentions. If I want your advice, I will ask for it." It doesn't have to, I know that might sound like, oh my gosh, I could never say that to my aunt. I could never say that to my brother. I could never say that to my mom, whatever. It doesn't have to be rude. Just go, "Hey, I'd rather not talk about that right now. I'd rather actually not talk about my body. I appreciate the concern. Subject for another day." That day will never happen. And when in doubt, walk away from the conversation. Change the subject. Flip the question. Set the boundary. Remove yourself from the situation. There are options. You don't have to just take it and you don't have to justify it. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to teach anybody else. Now's not the time to spread the anti-diet culture gospel. What people say to you is a reflection of their own insecurities. You're going to be okay. And listen, at the end of the day, pick a friend that can be your safe space. If you don't have a friend that's your safe space, message me. Go, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe my sister-in-law asked this. I'm so frustrated. I just needed to tell somebody." Tell me. My DMs are open. It's okay if they hurt your feelings. It's okay if you don't have thick skin, but don't let them ruin your holidays. Don't let them destroy all the work you've done so far. And I feel like it doesn't need to be said in this episode because hopefully if you're listening to this, you already know. Don't restrict yourself right now, Caitlin, but if I don't have some sort of rule or framework or limit in place, I'm just going to go overboard at the holidays. You will go overboard if you have rules in place. If you spend all of Thanksgiving going, "Okay, I can only have one cookie. I'm only going to have one cookie. I'm only going to have one cookie." When you have that one cookie, it's not going to be enough. Chances are you're going to have another one and then you're going to go, "Okay, I'll just have 2 cookies. 2 cookies, that's it forever." 2 becomes 3, 3 becomes 5, 5 becomes 8. Suddenly in the middle of the night, you're having another cookie and there might not even be that great. But since you told yourself all day, "I can only have one cookie," all you're thinking about is that one cookie and you're likely going to overdo it. But if instead you said, "Hey, anything that I eat today, I can have it any other time. There's gonna be leftovers. This is not my last chance to have cookies ever. And the less I spend hyper focused on food today, the more intuitive I'm likely to be around it." Have a little bit of everything. Go back for your favorites. This isn't the Last Supper. You don't need to eat like it's your last meal. You don't need to eat like you're starting over on January 1st. Eat like normal. Eat breakfast before you eat Thanksgiving. If you're not eating till 3 p.m., you're probably going to be way over hungry and then get way over full. Eat breakfast, eat lunch, have snacks, and then have Thanksgiving like it's a normal meal any other day of the week. There will be leftovers. You don't need to save up your calories because you're going to overdo it at Thanksgiving. No, it's literally just another meal, guys. Nobody's stopping you from making Thanksgiving food other times of the year, by the way. I don't know if you even like Thanksgiving food. I kind of don't. So to me, I'm like, this is just a regular meal. I'm going to have some mac and cheese. I'm going to have some mashed potatoes. I'm going to have a little bit of turkey and probably a lot of rolls. And tomorrow I'd rather eat something else. But what restriction does is if you set yourself up, "Okay, I normally overdo it at the holidays, so I'm really trying not to do that this year." The hyper focus is what's hurting you. You know, when someone says like, "Don't look at the stain on my shirt," what do you do immediately? Look at the stain on the shirt. You probably wouldn't have seen in the first place. Oh my gosh, nobody look at the zit I have. So embarrassing. I didn't even see the zit until you said that. If you tell yourself, okay, Caitlin, don't have any sugar at Christmas. Don't go crazy. What are you going to think about the whole time? The sugar at Christmas? I know you think that the rules are helping you have self-control, but they're not. Give yourself permission to eat what you want and then listen to your body. Stop when you're full. Eat when you're hungry. And also, food is not just fuel around the holidays. Food is comfort. Food is friendship. Food is community. Food is traditions. Food is cultural. If you have this mindset of food is only fuel and I'm only going to eat when I'm hungry and stop when I'm full, you might miss connection. It's okay to have another slice of pie because you're having a really great conversation with your grandpa. There's no need to have guilt associated with that. Oh my gosh, well, I ate past my fullness. I'm not doing intuitive eating right. I don't care. Are you present? I want you to be present with your friends and family and not so hyper focused on your food and body. That is the ultimate goal. Guilt is not an ingredient, okay? So those are my tidbits. I know they were kind of all over the place, and I'm probably going to do another episode as we get closer to the end of the year about the new year, new me. Time to gear up for a transformation. If you can sense from my sarcastic tone, that's not the direction we're headed. But as the pressures start to build around the end of the year and beginning of the year, I'm going to touch on that too. But specifically, these are my reminders for how to deal with food and body and family during this season. So I hope that was a little bit helpful. If you have any questions or you're like, I know this person's going to ask this, what do I respond? Shoot me a DM on Instagram. I will happily chat with you. Need a space to vent? I got you. Happy holidays again. I love you lots. Go enjoy some food, wear something cute, and I'll see you next time.